Everybody brings their story. Get off your story. And and again, on the parent side, I have people come and say, oh, well, yeah, it's okay for you, but if you had my mum, and I say, well, tell me about that. And they say, well, you don't understand. My mum was an alcoholic. And, she used to come in and she used to throw up and she used to, say nasty things, and she used to have these fits of rage, and it was terrible. You don't understand what I went through.
Sounds like my boss on Wall Street.
But I said, well, hang on a minute, just tell me a little bit more about that. And just says, oh yeah, and she was violent, and she was abusive, and she'd pass out, and I'd have to clean up her sick. And I'm like, okay, it sounds to me like your mother was perfectly normal. And they'd look at me like, what do you mean? I says, well, you just told me she was an alcoholic, right? Yes. I says, well, that's perfectly normal behavior for an alcoholic. And for some people, you'd see the light bulb go off. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I never looked at it that way. And I said, not only that, but I think your mother had more integrity and was probably a better citizen than you were. Because I'd rattle their cage. Right. If you don't get moved emotionally,
all right, you're right.
Yeah, if you don't get moved out of your comfort zone, you're going to stay in it. And I want to challenge people's beliefs on that because it's crippling them. And they said, what do you mean? I says, well, your mother was very honest about the fact she had a problem, because everybody's behavior is nothing more than a projection of their way of dealing with life. That's it. And her way of being able to deal with her life, whatever her story was to turn to alcohol. And she was honest about that. You're being dishonest that she's your problem.
Powerful.
What essentially you're saying is that you can't get well unless mum gets well. And if mum got well tomorrow, what does that mean for you? You probably find a different story to hide behind. So let's get honest and start working from there. Get off your parents' case. And unless you can forgive them for that, then you're going to be carrying around a ball of chain trying to dance into your future, and that doesn't work.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to LondonRealAcademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media login and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at LondonRealAcademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.